Equipment Manager is added to Player Character class. You can select it and set settings. Let's say I want character to have slot for head, body, hands, legs, foot. I add 5 slots, where I specify for each slot which types of items can be added to this slot. Equipment type is set in item settings. Everything will work. I just need to add widgets so that player can see the result and also use drag and drop to equip item. I add 5 equipment slot widgets. For convenience, I rename them. At first I need to set row index to correctly display widget. And set slot index. I specify with which slot from equipment slots array this widget will be associated. For head 0, for body 1, etc. Also note that for each armor item I set slot policy as 1 slot, because for armor we always have only 1 slot. I also want character to have 2 slots for ring. Add slots and widgets. For ring items I set slot policy as multiple slots. Read description. And at last weapon and weapon mods. First case, 1 weapon mod with 1 weapon slot. Add slot. Add weapon mod. When weapon mode is activated, the slots are activated too. Weapon is attached to active socket, character attributes are increased. Add widgets. For weapon items, I set slot policy as weapon. Second case, 1 weapon mod with 2 slots. Add another slot. This slot for left hand, and we can also equip shield. Add this slot to weapon mod. Add widget. Third case, two weapon mods, one hand and bow. Add another slot. Add another weapon mod. Add widget. Let's check result. Default mod is set as none. You can change it if you want. Let's look at parameter equipment mesh. I created a special skeletal mesh component. It must be attached to character mesh. Location and rotation must be equal to 0. In settings you can set equipment type. When component is initialized, I set master pose for this, the same as for character mesh. Using this way, all skeletal meshes must have the same skeleton as character. I equip HUD but mesh is not displayed. Auto equipment mesh parameter is specified. That's because my custom skeletal mesh component for head equipment type is not attached to character mesh. Let's attach the component for head. Now it works. For weapon I use weapon class. It is attached to socket when item is added to equipment slot. To create new weapon, create child class from BP weapon. I set this weapon at once. Open it. Set skeletal mesh. Set socket names. Sockets with such names must be added to character skeleton. To add new socket, select bone, click RMB, select Add Socket. In details you will see bone name and socket name. Edit socket name as you want. This socket name must be set in weapon settings. Also you can add preview asset and adjust location and rotation. For my new weapon, I want when weapon is not active, it will be attached to the belt. When weapon is active, it will be attached to the right or left hand. It depends on to which slot item was added, right or left. For shield I set socket only for left hand, since I know that by design shield is added only to left hand. Also you can override on activated and on deactivated events and create any logic. Let's look at my RPG Tools project and bow weapon. When bow is activated, I add aim, change anim instance, zoom camera and play animation take bow. All this logic is created in BP bow class. Also there is additional parameter applied tags. I apply and remove these tags in parent class. In child class at first I call parent logic. By design, archer abilities can be activated only if bow is active. Let's check result for my new weapon.